mother in particular was always a great storyteller. She still is. And she has a way of looking at the world. I should say, by the way, that she's from Rome, Georgia. And so I grew up with the legacy of storytelling, and that's what I have inherited from my parents. I want to leave you with one other thing that's an indication of what this migration means. My own experience is one in which I would not have existed had there been no Great Migration. In other words, my parents would never have met. But the trajectory of my own experience as a writer is this. The grandfather that I never knew, my mother's father, had grown up in the South and went to Rome, Georgia, where he could not walk in the front door of the newspaper in his hometown called the Rome News Tribune. He always wanted to be a writer. Always wanted to be a writer, and he would write things that no one ever read on the little typewriter that he had, and he hoped that his daughters would be interested, but they weren't. And it ended up being his granddaughter, me. I never had a chance to meet him because he died long before I was born. He would never have been able to realize that as a result of his daughter's migration, she then, where she went to in Washington, D.C., met a man who had been a Tuskegee Airman. They never would have met had there been no Great Migration. They married and had me. They valued education and got me in the best school that they could get me in. And how amazing would it have been for this man who could not walk in the front door of the Rome News Tribune to have a granddaughter he would never know go on to write for the New York Times, of all places, and to actually win a Pulitzer Prize. That is astounding.
And that's how we will end our Q&A with the wonderful and talented Isabel Wilkerson. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your work.